Oh, so I was doing section 5.2, the homework for it, and I want to know if they made a mistake in the book and they meant to say 0 to 52 weeks, or did they really mean 0 to 2? Because when I was doing the homework, I got confused.
Thank you. I think in one of the updates, it didn't used to say that. I think somebody last semester pointed this out. Which problem is that?
74. It's the first one, and I was going through it, and I didn't know if it was supposed to be.
Thank you.
0 to 2
so
or not.
74. Oh, Jeebus. Here we go.
Like the word problems didn't
right
make
there.
sense compared to the information.
It's supposed to say 0 to 52.
Okay, that's
and
what I did.
Used to, and then on some update, they got rid of the fun. The spread of 52 weeks should definitely give it away, but yeah, it should say 52 right there. Does everybody see that? It's number 7452. It should say 52 right there, because otherwise some of these things won't make a damn bit of sense. Or, you know, some of you guys will tell me it doesn't make any damn sense anyway, John. All right, geez. All right, how are we doing here in numbers? Oh no. Yes.
So I was rewatching the lecture from last week, the 24th, so last Thursday, and I think you said, so the midterm originally was only going from chapter 1 to chapter 3, but now it's going from
No, come on. The midterm originally was 1 to 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but now it's going to chapter 5.
Now it's only going up to 5. Yeah.
Okay. When is the midterm?
When's the midterm, guys?
This Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
Okay. It's during class, right?
Because homework sheet has all the important dates. So here you can see it used to go to 6, and now I said let's take it only up to 5. Yeah.
And that's during class this Thursday.
Right. During class on camera. And did anyone notice I posted a practice midterm?
Yep. Also, the midterm, we are allowed to make a correction and submit it by the final, right? Because I thought I saw that in the syllabus. Okay.
You can correct everything except the final.
Oh, we can correct our quizzes?
Yes.
Thank God.
I still need to get that shirt that says it's on the syllabus, and
I just always assume the worst. I'm used to UC.
Stop it. Read the syllabus and go, oh, it's not horrible. This guy is not a complete asshole. All right. Just a bit.
You're very friendly.
All right, guys. How's everybody else? Any questions? You guys doing okay out there? What's going on? I do want to say this. This is going to drive me a little crazy. Let me first say this. Many of you are doing great on the homework. Here's something really weird. You're making mistakes. That's fantastic. Doesn't that sound weird? Aren't you like, that sounds like a math teacher loving my mistakes? No, because do you know this stuff already? No. Are you going to make mistakes then when you first use it? Hell yeah, shit. It's just normal. It's normal shit. So I don't give you this homework thinking you're going to be perfect immediately. That's insane. Now, some of you guys are trying to be perfect immediately, artificially. And what I mean by that is some of you guys are cheating. Even if I don't catch you, you're screwing yourself over. If I do catch you, if you do it too much, I'm going to just stop grading your homework and give you a 0 homework grade because you're wasting my time. All right. So I'm sorry if you feel like I'm being mean, but I cannot stand that at all. There are people in here who are at least as busy as those of you who are cheating, and they're doing what they can. And I'm not going to, take away from their work and reward people. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So enough of that. So if you don't stop, I'm going to stop grading it and just say you got a 0. And by the way, I'll go ahead and say this now. Homework ends up being worth 5% of your grade. It will affect you. It will definitely take you down, take you up, whatever, but it's not going to solve your problems, right? So if you manage to cheat and get it all past me and make a perfect homework grade, you're going to die on the midterm and the final. It's not going to, and the homework grade will not save you. Right? I know that some of my colleagues make homework worth 40% and they don't grade anything. And that makes things a little easy. to get through. And I'm sorry if you've been set up to expect that, but I have no idea how you guys feel about this little speech I'm giving, but that's the way it is. So just be honest, make mistakes, ask questions. If you get it perfectly right, that's a little surprising, but maybe it's fine. But sometimes you guys don't know how to copy stuff. So if you want to cheat, you're gonna have to put a lot of work into it. Right? Why not just put work into learning the shit in the first place? Okay. Sorry. I hate that kind of speech, but oh well, I have to give it sometimes. It drives me crazy. But again, to those of you doing a good job, doing your honest work, making mistakes, I understand. That sucks, but that's the best way to be. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I like the way you do the homework not being worth a whole lot, because if I like turn it in and I didn't really understand it, like it's nice to be able to get feedback and turn it back in. And sometimes like the pressure of it being worth so much like makes it harder to like do the task. Like I have a hard time focusing when I'm stressing. So
Yes.
like not having to stress about it and being able to go back and fix it and get feedback without like the pressure actually like really helps.
That's my hope. One semester, did I tell you about this, guys? One semester I made homework worth nothing. Do you know what happened that semester?
No one did homework?
No one did homework. Everybody completely died on the first test. And I said, okay, well, never again. I think that was my second semester teaching, and I've never done that again. Now, it's weird to try to strike a balance, because if I don't make it worth enough, people just won't do it at all. And if I make it worth too much, that leads to other problems, like I said earlier. Has anybody ever had a class where the homework was worth a decent amount, but the teacher never looked at it? Nobody? Somebody's shaking their head yes. I know these exist because I've seen them. I've been in some of them. So anyway, sorry. Somebody had a question about where the chapter review was. I'm pretty sure, I don't know how you guys access the book. But it's in the Bringing It Together, it's called. So that's why I called it review. This is kind of like their way of saying review is bringing it together. But again, if you're accessing the homework and doing the homework and you're like, I don't know where this is, and it's number 118 or whatever, it's probably on the next page after 116. And I'm sorry if that's coming off as whatever, but I mean, that's, go to the next page. Is that all right? I'm gonna guess that's all right. Is that all right? Somebody was asking me in the chat. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else? Any other questions?
Is it okay if I'm like, is it okay? Can I still catch up on the homework even if I'm on 3.2?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So let's continue with our homework discussion. All right, just hear me out. I don't think I've had this discussion with you yet. Tell me if I have. If there's a quiz or a midterm coming, and you're like 3, 4, 5 sections behind where you really should be, don't do every problem. Do you hear me? Does that mean I'm going to give you credit even if you don't finish it? Hell no. I'm going to be like, finish this shit. But what are you going to do? You're going to make this your own thing. Listen to me. I'm going to put on the top of your homework, finish this. What the hell? I'm not going to say what the hell, but you are going to say, that's nice, Chef. I'm going to do what I can, considering I have a job that I'm working insane hours and whatever. I had 3 jobs and I walked both uphill. No, I did have 3 jobs when I was in college. So my homework grades suffered, trust me. But what I did was I did enough and I kicked ass on the tests. But my homework grades suffered. Oh, well, too bad. Does everybody hear what I'm saying? So the worst thing in the world is to take a quiz or a midterm or a final and have entire sections that you never did anything in. That is the worst. So if you're behind, start doing every other problem or something. I'm not saying I'm going to be cool with that on my end. I'm saying you do what you need to do to make it your own, right? If you have a family, if you have jobs, all this shit, and you're like, I can't do this shit, Professor Wall, you're crazy. Then make it your own. Say, I'm going to do what I can to get ready for the test and stuff, the stuff that really counts, the stuff that's heavily weighted. You guys hearing me? Is that all right? Did I say that before? I don't think I did. I kept thinking about it before, but I don't think I've said that. All right. This is true for everything. It's true for every damn thing. Jesus. Okay. The practice sheets help me somewhat more. Okay, good. Yeah. So I put the practice probability quiz up, right? Remember that? And I opened up the answer key for that. So you have that to look at too. Don't look at it as yet another thing to do. If you don't have time, don't do it. It's fine. And then you can just sort of scan it and make sure that it sort of makes sense to you. That's fine. It's not due. You don't have to turn it in. Everybody with me? Everybody know what I'm talking about? The practice quiz?
Mhm.
Okay. If you don't, just let me know. It's okay. Not a big deal. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, I'm still working through 3.3, 3.4 because there's a few things that were confusing, but I'm also catching up because
Good.
I was at like 12-hour days last week. So
understand.
I'm just working on just figuring all that out, but I'm gonna try and get everything submitted tonight and tomorrow. It's just, I know I'm on like a late streak right now.
I understand. Real quick, did anybody notice that I made the quiz? Let me become a student real quick. It's due Wednesday at 11 a.m. So you have, if you have time Wednesday morning, you can do Wednesday, which means you have time to finish up the homework today and tomorrow, right?
Oh, great. The quiz isn't due today?
They never
Oh my
have.
God.
So, all right. I don't know if you, so yeah, every single time I've done a quiz, I give at least 24 hours, if not more time to find time to do it. Because I don't know if there's other teachers that give you like 5 hour time window to do it. And you're like, do you know how life works? So that's why I give it's quit timed, but you have a large window of time to work that time in, of course, because I know a lot of shit's going on. Okay. Anything else, guys? Don't let too many people know. I might lose my math teacher card if people find out I'm too nice. And some of you guys are laughing at yourself. You're like, he's not nice at all, this jackass. I'm like, all right. All right. If there's no other questions, go ahead. If anybody have any questions, anything.
I have to go back through chapter 3, but I'll just talk to you tomorrow about it.
Sure. Remember, if you're planning on taking the quiz on Wednesday morning, then you've got today, tomorrow, to do more homework, ask more questions, right? It's crazy. Aw, somebody's
So
saying
I
nice
agree.
things. Right.
I also just wanted to ask
I don't need that, guys.
if you had a
Oh.
schedule,
What's that?
if there was a schedule or something that we could book outside of the 1 o'clock office hours if we needed more help.
Yeah, of course. You just email me. I've had people request me to log into office hours earlier. Yeah. I've had people in the past, especially in my stats courses, create little groups that work together. Do you guys know you can make, if you have a Zoom account, you can make your own thing? And I made a study session for people because if it's made under my account, then you don't have the restriction of 3 people or something. So if you have a study group that wants to meet, I can create a Zoom room for you and either come into it with you or leave you the hell alone, depending on what you need.
I like it when you come in, and I actually like that you joined our Discord, because sometimes it's like somebody might be really confident in what they're saying, and then everybody's like, oh, and then turns out what they're saying isn't quite right. So it's nice to get feedback from you that is when it's
that's why I came in there, but apparently at least one person did not like that I came in there, but okay. Anyway. Yeah, so think about that. So yeah, you can email me and say, I'm available at this time, this time, this time, and this time. Or do any of those times work for you to help me out one-on-one? Does everybody understand? Or will you log in at 12:45 or 12:30 a little early and help me out? Now today, one person asked me to log in early, and then I had about 5 people actually log in early, but that's fine. As long as everybody gets help. I don't know what a group me is.
It's like Discord, but I like it better. It's a little bit
Oh,
organized, I feel like.
I'm really behind
I'll
because I
try to
barely.
make one specifically for organizing study groups.
Okay.
Like
I just
we'll
put up
pick
my
time,
email.
ask you if you're available or something, you know.
I'd love to be a part of it. I just put up my email.
I'll let you guys figure that out. If you
Please don't
guys
scam
put
me.
something together, let me know if you want to, or if you want me to set up a Zoom something sometime, let me know. And I'm really behind because I barely knew how to work Discord. And the minute
I
I
have
found
no
out,
idea what Discord is. So
yeah. All right, guys. All right. Any other questions? Well, people are putting out their information down there. I don't know. All right. How about some credit card numbers? No, I'm joking. All right. Are we all questioned out? Okay, I'm gonna transition back into some other stuff here. Let me see. So let me unlock something. Oh, where are you? Here you are. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's not do that one. So let's do this. Let's do some uniform. Let's kind of review what we did. Let's do that. That's a good idea, Joe. We'll review what we did last time. If there is no other questions on anything, we'll get this set up. I know. Hold on. You can't see anything. I know. Oh, let me turn my AC on. It's getting crazy. Okay, let me turn off this background.
I have one more question for you.
Yes.
It's on unit 4, question 76B. In words, what does the expected value of this example represent? And then the x p of x. Is it the number of children that people actually have?
No. So what does the sum of x times p of x give you? I mean, what is that a formula for?
The probability.
No.
No,
So it gives you, that's the formula for the mean. That's what that is, right? Mu equals the sum of x times p of x. So then, not the probability of that, but it's the average number of whatever the problem was. Does that make sense?
yes, thank you.
Okay. A little makeshift studio. Gotta turn on my little light and everything. Oh, look at that. Somebody's got a group me thing going on. You guys want me to stay out of that? Just tell me. All right.
You can join it. I'm hoping it can just be for us to like pick a time to make a Zoom study group.
Oh,
then
okay.
ask- and then
Oh,
ask
I see. Just,
you
yeah,
if you're available.
if you do that, just let me know.
Okay.
All right. Oh, that was their stuff. All right, that's so. Let me do. All right. Let me first make sure. I might actually. You see everything up here? Is my lighting weird? Yeah. Thank God I don't make a living off of streaming. All right. I made the joke already. Yes, you did, Jeff. That looks a little better, I think. Whoa. That's one. All right. So, let's do an example. Let's say I have a uniform distribution from, I'll say it like this, on 7 to 19. Can you guys take a minute and draw that real quick? You can't, don't worry, I'm going to do it in a minute. 7 to 19. Looks like a big block. And how tall is it? What year is it? No, how tall is it? Why is this weird? So weird?
1 out of 12.
Yes, it's 12 wide. So it must be 1/12 high to make the area 1. All right, sorry. I don't know. I'm really particular about this today. Now, what's the probability? Let's start off easy. Let's probably x. Let's do it like this. 9 is less than x is less than 15. Holy crap, Jeff. My ears. Oh, sweet. So again, we kind of graph this in here. What's the area of that block?
Is it 6 out of 12?
Yeah, this is 6 times 1/12. That's how tall it is. So 6/12, which of course is 50%. 5. Jeff, what are you doing? Cool. Is everybody with me on that?
Mhm.
All right. Let's get freaky. That sounded weird. Let's try a freakier problem. Probability that, let's see, let's get weird. X is greater than 11, given that X is less than 13. Oh, look at that weird shit. Could he be doing this because there's a problem in the homework like this? I don't know. How would I know? So this is kind of neat. Somebody remind me. Can you very, in a short way, tell me what a given does to a probability? What part does it change directly?
Lessens it.
Say again?
The denominator.
Denominator, exactly. It'll change the bottom. Keep that in mind. Now let me ask you this. In this situation that I'm given, in this distribution, stay with me now, stay with me. X is less than 19. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yes. And I know it stops at 7, but is it still say X is less than 19? No, that's right. This one is telling me that I know that X is less than 13. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you redraw the picture then? Yes. So given that it's less than 13, what does it look like now? Starts at 7 and it goes to
13.
13. Let me make sure and get this in a little better place. Starts at 7 and now it goes up to 13. That's what I know. So how tall is it now?
1 out of 6. Or 1 over 6.
Yeah, isn't this the denominator? Isn't that the number that's going to be in the denominator? Didn't we just say that the given changes the denominator? Isn't the denominator going to be 6 now?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it only goes up to 13, not 19 now. So now I can do what's the probability X is greater than 11 in here.
Wait, why is it 1 out of 6 now instead of 1 out of 12?
How wide is this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Duh.
Because now I can throw out everything above 13. I can throw it out. So now to make the area still 1, that's got to change. So some of you guys are like, damn it. Chapter 5, I can't escape givens. No, you can't escape givens at all. Get you. So what's the answer then?
2 out of 6.
Yeah, 2 out of 6. So 1/3 chance. .3333. That's good enough. Approximately. All right, now real quick. I don't want anyone. You could use the formula on this. Do you guys remember what the formula was for A given B?
Probability of A and B divided by probability of B.
But do you understand that with these, that gets gross?
Yeah, I did that on the homework. It was not easy, y'all. Don't do it.
It'll work. But it's so damn much easier. Take the given, redraw the picture, do this problem in the new picture. I mean, that's what a given does. A given changes the situation you're in. Maybe?
I have a question.
Yes.
So we have to put decimals or percent because you put percent on the top and then that
Like I said,
goes the same.
I really want it 4-place decimal, and then you can make a percent, but something like 50%. That's
Oh, okay.
But I really, really want 4-place decimals. And I still have people in the homework. Like, here's an answer to number 12 or something. Right? Here's a series of answers: 0.7129, 0.4349, 0.6827. Huh? You gotta show me work. And then I get the smartasses that start doing long division. Like, you want me to show them the work? No, work for probabilities is setting up the ratios, not long division. All right, but if you just give me this shit, no, that's no work. I don't know where that's coming from.
I have a question.
Yes.
So for problem number 1, how did you get 9, and 15?
Oh, this was the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the question. Yeah.
For B, where did you get the 2? I missed that.
Oh, so we redrew the picture because of the 13, right? Now it only goes up to 13, correct?
Yes.
And the question is x greater than 11. Isn't this the part that's greater than 11?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
this is 2 times 160.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, now.
I was gonna go get more coffee, but I'm just back.
What's that, sorry?
Said I was about to go get more coffee, but you caught me.
Oh, you're gonna get some more coffee? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't have enough drink. This sucks. Why is the all right. Can somebody tell me for a continuous probability distribution, what does the area of something mean? Wasn't what percentage of this area is purple? I don't know if you can see the colors, but what percentage of the area is between 9 and 15? Didn't we calculate that? What area is this? Did it come out to be 0.5, 50%? Yes. But what does that also equal? What does that answer? It answers a probability question, yes? So if you have a continuous probability distribution drawn out, and the total area is 1, that's what we do when we put the height here. Area equals probability. The very first example I did was a dartboard. And that, I think you guys will agree, that makes sense, that's why the little bullseye is worth a lot of points, because it's a very small area, which means the probability of randomly getting in there is so small that if you get in there, it's proof, it's evidence, not proof, it's evidence that you're good. Does what I just said make sense? Okay. So again, continuous curve, continuous probability, area equals probability. Why is he making such a point of this? Because we're about to get into the most important chapter in the book. No pressure. All right. You're all like, what the hell have you been doing? They're all important. This is just the most. All right. Normal distributions. So we've already talked a little bit about normal distributions. Stats 2 is where you would talk about paranormal distributions. We would take a field trip to a haunted hospital. Too bad, it's not stats 1. I'm joking. So we talked a little bit about normal distributions. Let me see if anybody can remember some stuff from before. I didn't make a big deal out of this, but does anyone remember for a normal distribution, what percentage is within one standard deviation of the mean? What percentage is in here? Say again?
68.
68. I like it. 0.68. Can somebody figure out, don't say anything yet, don't say anything, don't say anything. What percentage is in here? Don't say anything. Don't say anything yet. What percentage is in here? Wait. Okay, does somebody know?
Yes.
That's all I want to know. No, what's the answer?
16.
Good. How'd you get 16?
100 minus 68 divided by 32. I mean,
5 by 2. I got
divided
you.
by 2.
So if there's 68% in the house, I always think about this like a little house. There must be 32% out, which means there's half of that because this is symmetric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, right? Dumb joke. I don't care. Symmetric. Boogie, woogie. So this would be 16%. Are you guys all with me? Is that all right? You guys remember the 68 number? What was the other number? If I go one more step out, what is it?
95.
Yeah, one more step out is 95%. That's nothing. So remember this number right there. That is below negative 1.00, right? So let me ask you this. Should the area below -2 be more or less than that?
Less.
Less.
Definitely less. Now, I keep saying the word area. What other word could I use in place of it?
Probability.
Probability. So the probability in a normal distribution. So if a grades were normally distributed, you could do it, Jeff. There you go, buddy. If grades were normally distributed and your z-score for a grade was -1, you with me? What does that mean, by the way? If your z-score for your grade.
Negative
Distance
one
from.
standard deviation from the mean.
Yes, so your grade is one standard deviation below the mean. So it's not a good place to be. The answer to this next question is up here. What percentile would you be in?
The second? I mean, the
The
No, you're
bottom
thinking
If
quartile.
the score is -1, you'd be in the
60.
There it is.
16th percentile.
16th percentile because -1 z-score has 16% below it. Please understand. Is everybody with me? Do you see how
That's a
many?
negative percentile?
Careful. Percentage and area can't be negative. Why is it okay that a z-score is negative? Because what's the negative actually mean? It is
Below.
below the mean. That's all it means. So like in physics, you can have a negative velocity because it just means you're going backwards maybe, or whatever it is, depending on the problem. So negative sometimes only means direction or side of something you're on. In this case, negative just means I'm below the mean. The area can't be negative. That doesn't make sense, right? At least not for us.
So from a negative z-score, if your z-score is -2, then you're in the 0.025 percentile.
Yeah, you got it. But well, 2.5th percentile, right? Because we go ahead and make it into a percentage when we talk about percentile.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
You're cool. Yeah, it's perfect. I love it.
I'm finally understanding this. I
Got
took
it.
half this course. I said, finally, it's making sense.
A little tear coming down because that's beautiful. Now, all right.
Can I jump in real quick
Sure.
before you move on to the next?
Sure.
Does that mean you scored lower than 2.5% of other people?
No.
Or like how does that explained in words?
So is everybody cool with what Billy just said? Like if there's 95% in here, then there must be 5% out, which makes this 2.5%. So if your z-score was -2, you would actually be in the 2.5th percentile. This would be in the 16th percentile. Is everybody with me? This means 2.5% of the grades are below you. That's what a percentile always means. So of course, what percentage are above you? What percentage did you score less than?
97.5.
97.5%, of course, right? If 2.5% is below.
You suck.
Billy, it's funny. It's not like you said you suck. I don't know. What you
Yeah,
said.
no, I said that means you suck.
Oh, I see. You did say you suck.
But not you, the person who's in that percentile.
Oh, it's too good. I love it. It's like, sorry, Billy, you're funny. You're funny. That was just funny. It's like some student out there is like, I can't take it. You suck. And then leave Zoom, rage quit. All right. That was awesome. Is that
I
all
guess
right?
the part where that I'm confused by is like, how would you be able to differentiate someone who's in the 2.5th percentile below the standard, below the mean versus someone who scored higher than the mean? Oh, wait, no, it starts from 0. We're good. I'm good.
No. This would be, so z equals 2 would mean you're in the 97.5th percentile. Because percentiles are all about area below, not percentage above.
If it helps, whoever asked that, he's taking half of the 5% that's left outside of that 95% zone. So if it's -2, so that means
Oh, no, yeah,
the
we're
last
good.
2.5%. And then if it's do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
she
was thinking about it in like, I was confusing the line with the standard the curve with the middle being 0 with a set of data points. So we're good.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you guys agree with me? Now watch. These are neat little numbers. How the shit, where did this come from? If I have this shape and I ask you an area question, is that a difficult shape to find the area for? No, that's a rectangle. If you have trouble with that, that's not good. All right. What the hell about this shape? What if I want to know the area from 0.19 to 1.17? What if I want to know that area? Do you have a formula for melted rectangle? Anybody?
Calculus.
Calculus does. That's right. Does anyone? How many people? No, don't tell. I know there's a couple people in here that know calculus, but I think most of us don't. Is that true? I would think most of us don't know calculus. Man, I could teach this a very different way if we all knew calculus, but I'm not going to. I'm not crazy. Now, so everybody agree with me? The idea is the same. If this was the question, if the question is, what's the probability that the z-score you get is between 0.19 and 1.17? Is everybody with me? That would be very similar to this question we did earlier, which I can't remember exactly what the hell it was, but the probability is between these two. I find the area. This requires more than basic geometry. So what then, Jeff? Because what does this work with? Doesn't it work with just 0, 1, 2? What about 0.19 and 1.17? This is shit. I don't know. So thank God. Get out of here. Don't fall over. This is why, thank God, we had a computer And we programmed it to do some calculus. And we created a sheet of answers. When you hear a sheet of answers, does that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside? A
Yes.
sheet of answers. Yes. So I just unlocked this. Let me become a student so it looks the same way. So if you go down to unit 6, it says z-scores. We know what z-scores are. So what this is, oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Are you ready? It doesn't matter if you're ready because here it is. This is a sheet of all the answers, at least 2 decimal places. Now, how the hell do you read this damn thing? All right, that would be a good first question. Is everybody able to access this who can get into Canvas right now? Do you guys see this? So it's under unit 6, it's called z-scores. So now watch. Let's analyze what this thing tells us. So what's got to be true about the distribution in order to use this sheet?
It's got to be normal.
Got to be normal. What area? These are all areas down here. What area does it always give me? The area that is
Below
the z-score. So if I look up a z-score in this chart, the number I find is the area below the z-score. So let's check this out. Let's see if this shit knows what it's talking about, right? And I know it's a sheet of paper and it can't talk. Leave me alone. What was supposed to be below -1? We just did that a minute ago, right? And of course you can't see it, it's so tiny now. Well, what's supposed to be below -1? What percentage?
16.
16, right? 16. Okay, so this piece of paper, now it's going to be a little more precise, but the answer it gives better around to 16%, or we can throw this out and we can just drink rum instead of head class, right? Or whatever you like. So let's look this up. You ready? You're all like, oh man, it'd be so cool if you chose right now to make a mistake. And then we can go, you said. All right. Now I'm feeling nervous. So if I look up, now look how this works. This is a little weird how this works. But they had to do this to make it fit on one piece of paper if you printed this out back and front. So you look up -1.00. Do you guys, this top row is the second decimal place. So then I could look up something like 0.19, correct? So let's look up -1.00. What do you get for -1.00? I don't know how well you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Anybody?
Yes, 0.1587.
Is that why you just did? You're like, I'm not a trained monkey. I'm not gonna read this for you. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I thought you were just pointing at it. I was like, is somebody supposed to say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So 1587, which rounds to 16%. 16%. All right. You guys semi with me? Not with me at all? So I really want you to understand what the hell just happened. If I have a uniform distribution, what are the shapes? Rectangles. Do I need a chart to help me get areas? No.
No.
We can just calculate them, correct? What about a normal curve? Looks weird as shit. Like I say, it's like I always think about crayons melting in the sun. It's like a melted rectangle. I don't remember melted rectangle formula for geometry, right? So that's why this chart exists. It is a collection of all the areas that you can need. So let's do this. What the hell's going on, Jeff? I don't know. Let's try to answer. Well, let's do this. Before I do the problem I have up on the board, that's a little bit too freaky. Let's do this. I'm trying to see how many times I can say let's do this before it sounds really weird. What if I want to know, let me do something nice and easy. Probability that Z is less than 0.73. And it's a normal thing I'm working with, normal curve. Now, if I draw this, what goes in the middle? What goes in the middle for z-scores?
0.
0, because the mean of z-scores, the mean will always become 0 when they change it to a z-score. Is everybody cool with that? 0 is 0 away from, I mean, the mean is 0 away from itself. So where is 0.73, roughly? It's definitely got to be on what side?
All right.
Yeah, that's the thing that really troubles me is I'll always have somebody put 0.73 over here or something. Right? I'm like, well, that's not going to help. The picture is supposed to be helpful. Okay. So it's definitely over here somewhere. And can you shade the area the problem wants me to find? Can you shade that in? I feel like I've got to need a booster seat.
It would be everything below the 0.73 line.
Yes. So if I look 0.73 up in the chart, doesn't it look a lot like this situation over here? The answer I get when I look it up is going to be the answer. I'm done. Because the chart tells me areas below. So some of you guys might be like, what if I have a question about the area above? We'll do that in a minute. So can you look up 0.73? Don't tell me the answer yet. 0.7, and then the second decimal is here. All right, now what do you guys get?
0.7673.
So this probability is 0.7673. So if you took a test and your z-score was 0.73, that means you scored better than 76.73% of the other people. Does that make sense what I just said? Does
Yes.
anyone? Okay. Maybe. Does anybody understand that using the chart is replacing finding the area of a rectangle?
You're just doing the calculus for us.
Yeah, the calculus has already been done. And real quick, when I say the word calculus, just think the math to find the area under anything. There's more to it than that, obviously, but in this case, it can find the area under any curve. Is one thing it does. That's all I'll say. All right, now watch. So that's the first one. You guys try this one yourself. What's the probability that z is less than 1.29?
0.9015.
Yeah, 1 point. So here's 1.2.
0.0985.
Oh, I see. You're looking at the negative one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay. Done.
Because this is a positive z-score, right? So I agree with 0.9015. That's what this area here would be. Is everybody okay so far? Same problem, right? These really are the same problem, aren't they? No. I want to point something out. Where have I put z-scores in my picture? Where are my z-scores in my pictures? Where are my z-scores? Like down here, right?
Yeah.
Where are my areas? Up here, right? This is the area. So this much would be 0.7673. Okay, guys. Okay. This is good. If this gets to the point where it's boring, that's good. So the first part of this is just, can you read this thing? That's it, right? Okay. I like it. Now let's try some more. Let's see some freakier problems, Jeff. I'm gonna erase this. You guys ready for that? Okay.
Yes.
Bye. All right. So let's go down or up. Yeah, let's do this. So let's do a freakier problem up here. All right. So let me make a problem. What's the probability that negative 2.01 is less than z is less than negative 1.08? I like it. Shit. The chart will not give you this answer directly. Nope. So let's draw the picture. All of these, by the way, are normal curves. My normal curve was out in the sun, I think. In the sun. Oh, shit. All right. Where would I put negative 2.01? Where would I put negative 1.08?
On the left side.
Yeah, so if I put negative 1.08 here, please tell me everybody understands negative 2.01's got to go further, right? Okay. Your picture should visually help you out. Can somebody tell me, will this answer be bigger or smaller than 50%? 50.
Smaller.
It will definitely be smaller than 50%. So I know I've made a mistake if I get something bigger than 50%. If you don't draw your picture correctly, it won't help you the way it's supposed to. All right. So how the shit am I going to do this? The freaking chart is not built to do this stuff.
Could you subtract the negative, like you find the negative 1.08 and then subtract it from the result of the negative 2.01?
All right, let's all catch up to what Ann said. If you look up negative 1.08, can somebody do that for me? Look up negative 1.08. What's the area below it? Negative 1.08.
0.1401.
I like it right there, right? So there's negative 1.08. Bam. Just in case somebody doesn't understand how to read the chart, just not asking me a question. That's how you do it. Negative 1.08. Bam. So that's 0.1401. Is that the answer?
No.
No,
Is it too big or too small of an answer?
too big.
Too big.
Too big by how much exactly? Too big by this much exactly. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
If I could cut this much off, then I would be left with exactly what I want, correct? So what Ann said is perfect. You find the two areas and then you subtract them to find the area in the middle. Why would I never subtract two z-scores? I always get somebody to try to do that shit. Why would I never subtract two z-scores? What does a z-score tell you?
The
The
number of
standard deviations.
Number of standard deviations from
From the mean.
to the
Yeah,
To the-
point.
to the data point. I like it. So so that's the answer I want on a test or a quiz or something, correct? So let me say it real quick the way we can talk about it when we're just talking. It's a location. It's a location. Do you agree with me? That's not an adequate answer on a test or a quiz, but if we're just discussing it, doesn't it locate where something is? So if you subtract two z-scores, aren't you in an entirely different location? Does that make sense? You are somewhere else. So never subtract two z-scores to find the probability like we want here. So if I look up, I really want this to make full physical sense. This is too much. It's exactly this much too much. So what is this much? What area is below negative 2.01?
0.0222.
Good. Negative 2.01. So 0.0222. So now to figure out this probability, I would do 0.1401. That's too big. Let's slice off this little bit that's too much. And then what do you get? Nobody's gonna help me. Is this right?
0.1179.
1.3.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm leaving out my negatives. I'm using absolute values, which is stupid.
don't use absolute values. Yeah. Let me stop for a minute. How do you guys feel out there?
So the 0.1179 is your z-score. That's your answer.
No, careful.
Or no, that is the probability
That's the probability. Yes. These
of
are z-scores. Numbers we get from here are probabilities.
okay.
Now,
And so the probability of your z-score being between those two numbers.
yeah, so what's the probability? If I took a test, what's the probability I would be a little more than 2 steps down, or a little up to a little more than 1 step down? You guys, that's kind of a quick way to summarize that question. I'd have about an almost 12% chance of my test score being in there if it was normally distributed. Now, listen, a really good question to ask right now would be, how much shit is actually normally distributed, Jeff? Because what's the only time I could use this chart if I have a situation where things are normally distributed? So if that doesn't happen very often, Jeff, this is bullshit, Jeff. Like, okay, geez. Imaginary student, calm down. Something like heights, the height of people are known to be normally distributed. Does anyone have it? Does anybody have kids? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I have 2 kids.
You have 2 kids.
I might have one in Arizona. I'm not sure.
I got you. Well, okay. Have you ever seen the height and weight charts?
Yes.
And can I erase this? Are you guys ready for me to erase this? I'm
Yes.
gonna do it. It's really gross, even for me. There is a chart. It looks like a hurricane thing actually to me, because it's kind of like this, and there's a line down the middle, right? And this is the average. This line down the middle, and then you got your kid could be located. You know, if your kid's located here, that means they're exceptionally in the whatever percentile height or whatever, or 100% the 98th percentile weight or whatever it is. Correct. A friend of mine, they named their kid Max, and then Max was like in the 98th percentile of everything. I'm like, you named that kid correctly. And now he's like a foot taller than me. I'm like, all right, that's, yeah, definitely named this kid. So if I have a problem about heights, and I want to know the probability that somebody's between this height, this tall, and this tall, then I can use this chart. I can make a z-score and use the chart. It's crazy. What did I give? Wasn't that what? Or no, I gave you the problem about Finnish people drinking on that one thing, right? Finnish people, or do you remember that? Like there was a country and the average amount of beer they drank. Didn't I give you that problem?
Germany?
One person saying
Czech Republic? I don't know.
Czech Republic, no.
Czech Republic has the best beer.
Anyway, so I forgot what the point was, but there are quite a few things that are normally distributed, and we're going to learn later this semester that depending on the process you're using, even more things become normal enough to use this chart. Why is this chart so important? Because it's all the freaking answers, right? This chart has all the answers. I just have to know, am I allowed to use it? So let's do one more problem and then we'll take a break. Can you guys figure out for me the probability that Z is greater than negative 2.97?
.0015.
Gotta be careful. This is why you definitely want to draw the picture. Negative 297 is gonna be way over here, right? Now, Now, is it okay if you don't draw the picture? Yeah. Will you make more mistakes if you don't draw the picture? Yes. Where do I shade? What area does the question want?
All the area below the point. Oh, above the point.
There it is. When you look, now stay with me. The minute you look up a value in the chart, you put it below the z-score you just looked up, because that's the only thing the chart tells me. So when I look up negative 2.97, here's negative 2.9. Here's 7 for the second decimal place. So negative 297 weehaw, is right there. But that is this answer. Are you guys with me? Doesn't that visually make sense? Is this tail very big? No. So doesn't it make sense that 0.0015 is in it? Isn't this the freaking body? So that should be like a huge percentage. Sure enough, what do I get? So that's 0.0015. What must the other side be?
1 minus 0.000.0015.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember the shortcut, make it a 9, make it a 9, make it a 9, make it a 10.
So then is it 0.9985?
Yep. Now, look up positive 2.97 z-score. Hey, gummit, Jeff. Where are they? There we go. See if I can line it up. No, I can't. So just ignore this.
Positive 2.7?
No. Positive 2.97.
It's right there, the same, the 0.9985.
0.9986.
No, come on. So
0.985.
positive 2.9, and then 7's going to be here. Interesting. No? Oh, no. All right. So why does that make sense? Because shouldn't the area in here be equal to the holy? I'm sorry. I got to get myself some shit real quick, because that looked like a pile of shit. All right, let's try this again, buddy. There, you teach this class. Are you kidding me? You can't make a freaking, yeah. Shouldn't the area that's above negative 297 be equal to the area that's below positive 2.97? It's symmetric, boogie woogie. Is that a big deal? No, that's like a tiny little shortcut. If you have no idea what I just did, but you got this answer earlier, who gives a shit about this, right? Shortcuts are not necessary. So is this really terrible yet?
No.
I gotta throw that word yet in.
So in this case, 0.9985 is the probability that the z-score is going to be greater than negative 2.97.
Yeah, and that makes sense. 297 is pretty far below the mean. Would you guys agree with me? Because where does unusual start? How many steps below the mean does unusual start?
1.
More than one.
More than one. Be more specific. How far do I have to go until I hit unusual?
2.
2. So negative 2 steps below the mean. So negative 2 z-score would be where unusual starts. And this bad boy is like negative 2.97. So it should be almost 100% above that. Because negative 2 is already freaking unusual. Negative 2.97 is crazy. No, I'm sorry. Too much. All right, let's take a break. What time is it?
235.
I can't see anything. Hold on. All right, there it is. 235. Okay, so let's come back at 250. 250. Let me know if you have any questions right now. Otherwise, go take a break.
I have a question.
Yes.
So whether you use positive or negative z-scores, it depends on whether it's greater than or less than.
Oh. All right. If you don't 100% understand the shortcut I just did, forget about it. Don't even worry about it. So before I did the shortcut, how did we do this problem? Why did I look on the negative side? Because the z-score is negative, correct?
Right.
So that's the only reason why I looked at the negative z-scores, because it's a negative z-score. The greater than just tells me I can't take the answer from the chart. I have to do 1 minus that, because the chart tells me below, I want above. That's the opposite. Does that?
Okay, yes.
So whatever the z-score is, that's the one you look on, the positive, the negative. The question is tells you, do I have to change that or not? Okay. Let me see what this is all about. This is neat.
I have a question before I leave for my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And it's about the homework. So 2 of the problems on section 5.2 was asking for a probability statement. Is that basically the like the P with the parentheses and whatever is in between?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hit me with that again. Ask me again. Sorry. Ask the same question one more time. Hello? What happened?
Sorry, I muted myself.
All right.
I'm a dumbass. I was asking if, so there's 2 questions on section 5.2 that asks for a probability statement. And so I was trying to figure out what the probability statement, like, is that just where is P with the parentheses, like X is greater than or X is
Which
less than?
which problems are you looking at?
I think it was the last 2 problems for, oh, it wasn't for 5.2. It was, let me see, actually. I'm a mess because I'm leaving right now at the same time. So I'm trying to multitask.
I understand.
It was section, yeah, section 5.2. I think it was 78 or something like that. Question 78.
See real quick. Here.
Let me see. I'm looking for it too. Oh, no, it wasn't. I'm wrong. Okay, let me hold on a second. Let me find the question first. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. I'm trying to multitask.
Sure.
I have a question on the same section.
Yeah.
On the 28, 30, and that's something.
28. Here we go. Oh, this is another name for the height.
Okay.
I always forget they have such weird. Well, I mean, it's a
And,
technical way to address it. Go ahead.
and the 30?
Oh, so we talked. So you really only got to worry about this formula. These formulas in the homework. There's the mean. So this is A. This is B.
Oh, okay.
And the standard deviation is that weird guy with the 12 on the bottom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 82 G and H. And that was in chapter 5, right?
Yeah, 5.2.
Let's see, 82. Find the probability of times at most 30 minutes. Write the answer in a probability. Oh, don't worry about that. I think, well, I kind of agree with them, but I think, like you said, probability that X is less than or equal to 30.
Yeah, that's what I put. And I wasn't sure if that's what that probability statement meant. Like, is that the statement?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And I agree with that to a point, because you got to know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, I'm still recording. 6 probably is my favorite, because it's used in every discipline. So it's kind of like where math intersects everything.
So it doesn't really matter like which direction you really go. It all kind of comes back to statistics.
Yeah, everything at some point has to use statistics, just about. And if I redid my life, I would probably become a statistical consultant and travel around and help different companies out and stuff. That would be kind of awesome.
Yeah, I was just curious, but
Yeah. All right, guys. Any anything real quick before we get back into where we were? Everybody's okay? All right. Just to remind you guys, we did talk about it a little bit earlier, but the quiz does open at 3:30, and it is due 11 o'clock Wednesday, so you got plenty of time. So of course tomorrow, don't take the quiz while the class is happening. No, it's bad. Okay. So let's get back. Let's do this. Let's see if we can. All right, let me do this on the board. Okay. If I were you, if you can, I would definitely print out those z-score charts, right? The negative one and the positive one. If you can't, that's fine too. Just want those to be able to access those. So let's do this. Well, shoot, that's all right, Jeff. So let me set up a problem, and then we'll look up the answer together. We'll set up another problem. I think I went up here too early, but too bad. I'm going to stick up here. Did I turn on? Yeah. So what about this? What if I told you it was normal curve, right? It's normal. And I tell you that there's a z-score that has what do you want, Jeff? I don't know, man. 0.82. Would you understand what I meant if I said this is kind of the reverse of the problems we were doing earlier? Can somebody tell me physically what is 0.82? Is it volume? Is it a z-score? Is it a
probability?
The probability.
Good. It's a probability, or I could even say it's an area, correct? Yes? Would you agree with me that it looks like a z-score, 0.82? Anybody?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Does. God, that is evil. That's why I say areas or probabilities go up here. I can't. Areas of probabilities will go up here. Z-scores go down here. So I don't know the z-score, but I do know the area below it. So when you look in your chart, where are the areas? They're not here. Those are z-scores. The areas are in here. So can somebody tell me, is this going to be a positive or a negative z-score?
Positive.
Yeah, definitely positive because it's above the mean, correct? And it's got more than 50% below it, because what would the mean? Oh, I like that, Katrina. I was chosen, sorry. The mean would have 50%. So if I've got more than 50, I must be in the positive side. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is my chart. I want to look up 0.82 as close as you can get, and then you can see what the z-score is. So let's do that together. Don't say anything. Go ahead and look in your chart. You know it's a positive z-score, so you know which chart to look at. And what's the closest you can get to 0.82? Why did it have to go up there? I don't know, Jeff. Let's take a look here. All right, now does anyone have the answer?
Yes.
Ooh. So let's catch up to you. Hold on. So here's my positive. I don't want to do 0.82. That is very wrong. I don't want to look at 0.82 because that's me saying it's a z-score. It isn't a z-score. So what's the closest? So who is that, Billy? Or who said that? What's the closest you can get to 0.82?
You just told me I was wrong, so no, I don't.
I did? I'm sorry, buddy. All right.
No, I had 0.8, and then I went over to the 0.02 category.
This is why areas go up, z-scores go down. I know that's an area. I know it's in here. So what's the closest I can get to 0.82?
0.92?
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Yes, I agree. Let me see if you guys are cool with this. How far away from point A2 is this? 12. Does anyone understand what I mean when I say that? Isn't that 12 away? Is it really 12 away? No, it's 0.0012. Who gives a shit? It's 12 away. And how far away is this answer from point A2?
0.0086.
No.
Point 001.
14.
14. I love it. Okay, this is 12 away, and this is 14 away. Yes? If you add 0.0014, you'll get to point A2.
Why wouldn't it be 0.7939? Because it's an area, not a z-score?
Because that is the area below the z-score of 0.82. And the problem I've got is the area is 0.82. And I want to know what the z-score would be that would lead me to that answer. So
Okay.
when you look up 0.82, that is answering the question, what area is below a z-score of 0.82? You with me?
Got
That's
you.
what the chart
So
does.
you're looking at it the opposite way.
Yes. So if I have a z-score, I look on the outside and I go in. If I have an area, Jeff, you could do it. There it is. If I have an area, I get a little star on the inside, you go out. Because most of the time in mathematics, you can go both ways. You can all be jealous. Okay.
Mathematics is by.
Exactly. Let's come back to here. So the closest I get to 0.82 is this. Now, some of you guys, let me see if you guys understand this. So the answer is you could use 0.92. That's beautiful. Or you can use 0.915. Isn't it almost exactly halfway in between these two? So you could, I didn't say you had to, you could use 0.915 to be halfway in between. Now, when I learned statistics, we had to do something called interpolation and figure out exactly what it was. What's up, Ann?
I'm so sorry, but I got lost. I understand that the 0.82 is one of the middle numbers and not the z-score, but okay, now I get it. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I see it now. Thank
So
you.
only very infrequently will you get exactly the number that you're given. So you got to get as close as you can. And what I'm saying is you could either get as close as you can, or if it's almost halfway, you can split the difference 0.915, split the difference. Up to you. Now, sometimes you see these little asterisks, kind of sucks on the positive side, but the little asterisks. So if I was looking up 0.005, isn't that exactly between those two? Wouldn't that be then negative 2.575 to split the difference? Negative 2.57 and negative 2.58, what's right in the middle? Negative 2.575. And if you follow the little trail there, look, you get negative 2.575. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe. All right, now we're ready for this. Let me see. I gotta unlock something else for you guys. Hold on. Oh, Jeebus, Jeff. Where is it? I don't remember. Here it is. Bam. So now you've got this bad boy, normal distribution practice. That sounds useful. Look at that. Look at all those glorious problems. So let's do it. There's two parts to this. Let's do the top part, and then we'll probably call it a day after that. Right? I'm going to open this in a different way. So can you guys find that? Do you guys all follow me where that was? It's the only other thing under Unit 6. Where is it? Here we go. Normal distribution practice. I just want you to do these problems here. And I'm going to open this a different way to make it easier for me, because it's all about making my life easy. All right, let's see. Hold on to your books. Let's see, normal practice. That's not good. Where is it? Jeff. Jeff. Damn it. All right. That's true. I did change it sometime. All right, Jeff, just download it. Okay, Jeff. There we go, buddy.
Where are you looking right now?
So go to modules. Go to modules. Unit 6. There's the z-scores that we just used, and then the only other thing that you can see is normal distribution practice. It's right here. So let me open up the z-scores for you guys in case you're not able to do that. Well, shit, I can't really help you that much, to be honest. Is anybody not able to open the z-scores for themselves? All right. All right, let's see what happens if I do this. Okay, nobody's yelling at me, good. I got so many things open on my desktop. Jiminy Jeebus. Okay.
Did you say the practice sheet you just had up should also have been in Unit 6?
Yes.
I
might have to refresh because I just unlocked it.
I did.
You have to scroll up from Unit 6. It's like weirdly organized.
Oh, be quiet. What are you saying? Let's see here. We become a student, so it's the same thing.
I like completely quit Canvas, like swiped it, killed the task, opened it back up, and I still only have z-scores. I'll try again.
Try again.
Hey, what question are we doing?
Number 1.
All of them?
Yes.
Yeah, I still only have z-scores.
Freakadelic. Canvas is messing with you. You have been chosen for today.
Great. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll just watch what you're doing and write on a piece of paper.
Here. So write those down real quick for yourself.
Okay.
Questions, yeah. Okay. Oh, the joys of online teaching. I know you can relate. All you teachers get to stay home and just be lazy. It must be fantastic. I know. You might be surprised how many people I hear say that. Oh, you must be loving life now. I'm like, are you?
All my professors have said that it's taking like 10 times longer to grade all their things because they can't use the machine. They have to do it manually and like grade hundreds of papers, and that they're so stressed out, and I feel so bad.
I never use a machine. So I've always been that stressed. That's nothing new to me.
0.8106.
And people are turning in more homework, which is good, but it's also horrible. Oh my God. Okay. This is very good. All right, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Wow. Message back yet? Yes, of course. So this.
Greater than.
I'm done copying it if you were waiting. I don't know.
No, it's okay. Mm.
Point.
Also, now it's on my canvas, so.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry guys, I finally got something back from the people fixing my car. They need to know what to do here.
Oh, we've both gotten accidents. Hooray.
No. It just needs stuff done.
Oh.
Yeah, I really don't know. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Sorry guys, let me catch up to you. Erg. All right. All right, so let's see. These first problems should not be horrific. So hopefully they weren't. So there's 0. Standard normal means it's z-scores. Right, so I don't know if anybody looked at number 2. Number 2 is not z-scores, right? They're minutes. So that's the next level is what do I do if they're not z-scores? So here's 1.18. Did anyone get this number one figured out?
Yeah. Yes. 0.8106.
Is that what other people got?
I got 0.8810.
I got that too.
8810?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out who's right here. So 1.18, so go to the positive. 1.18, 8810, yes.
Oh, fuck.
So do you see what went wrong? So here's 1.18. Is that cool?
Yes.
So it's kind of like a stem and leaf almost. Do you guys understand what I mean by that?
Mhm.
It's almost like a stem and leaf setup in a weird stem way, but it's still all right. Good. Hold on, let me go back. And I have already forgotten what we just saw. 810, 81. What was it?
0.8810.
Thank you. Okay. So 88.1% of the curve is below a z-score of 1.18. If you had a z-score of 1.18 height, you would be taller than 88.1% of everybody else. Neat. All kinds. Okay. And then greater than negative 0.52. Now, a lot of people just kind of, I mean, this is important. Greater, and you guys have heard about this. It looks like an arrow, correct? The symbol, and it points you in the direction to shade, right? Of course, I always love teaching. You guys remember this from algebra where you had to shade in like that? And I use Dragon Ball to discuss this. That's the shading is the. All right, sorry. So here I want to shade this way because it's greater than. So when I look up negative 0.52, if I don't use the shortcut, what do you guys get when you look up negative 0.52 in the z-score chart?
0.3015.
Sounds right. Is that what other people got? Yes?
Yes.
Of course, the answer then would be.
Subtract that from 1.
So watch this. Remember, make it 9, 6. Make it 9, 9. Make it 9, 8. Make it 10, 5. No? Or just.
Wait, could you do that again?
So the way to do 1 minus any decimal like this, make this 9. What makes 3 9? 6. What makes 0 9? 9. You guys with me? What makes 1 9? 8. What makes the last one 10? 5. Why does that work? Because if this is 10, I'm going to carry a 1 and I made these 9. So of course this is 10 and I'm going to carry on and I'm going to end up with 1.0000. And of course some of you guys are like,
What?
got this thing, Jeff? All right. Whatever. You guys with me? Or some of you guys are even better. Sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
I got something completely different from that. I got 0.30515.
Are you with me though? That is what we got. See this, right?
Yeah.
But that's not.
Oh, 1 minus.
Yes. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So this is the one where I need to go. I don't know why I went way the hell over there. Jeff, you just did. 1.49. So I need this area in between. Let me move that over. It's going to bug me. It's a little too far, buddy. Don't call me buddy pal. All right.
I'm not your pal, guy.
Yeah. I'm not your guy friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
All right. Negative 2.63.
Is it 0.9265?
What's that for?
The area in between the two.
And how did you get that?
0.9319 minus 0.0054.
All right. And what's 0.9319?
It's the area above the point.
Area above what point?
I area above negative 2.65.
No. Now, you're not wrong. I don't think. It sounds like you got the right idea. You just got the wrong z-score. So what's the area below 1.49?
Oh, it's 6.3. I wrote it down wrong. Jesus Christ.
He cannot help you now. Sorry. That got dark. All right, so let's see. If I look up, dadgummit.
6.3.
So you're correct. Look, 1.49.9319. And then what was the other z-score? I forgot.
Negative
Negative
2.63.
So if we look at negative 2.63, we get 0043. So let's put that on our picture. All right, where are you? There's so many buttons to push, and I've forgotten every damn thing I just said. I think this is 0043. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. And then 0.9319 is the other one.
All right. So then, Billy, you got the right idea. Look
Yeah,
up-
I wrote the wrong number down.
So what do you get when you subtract those?
0.9276.
I like it. So almost 93% of a normal curve is between negative 2.63 z-score and 1.49 z-score. I love it. You're all like, okay. All right. So what about, ooh, now look at the way I wrote this. We did a problem like this already. I just didn't call it this. I'm looking for the z-score for P38. What is the mean? What would the mean be? P what? For a normal distribution, the mean would be
50.
P50. So where would P38 be? What side?
The left.
It'd be down here. So it's only, and this is 0.38. Is everybody with me? P38 means 38th percentile, means 38% below. Bam. So I know this is exactly how I draw it. I know this is going to be here because this is only 38%. So am I looking at the positive or the negative side?
Negative side.
Negative side. So you want to look at the negative z-score and get as close as you can to 0.38. I always have people that look at 0.0038. No, it's 0.38. So you got to go up here. What's the closest you can get?
Negative
Negative
1.7.
Whoa. So here's
Negative
0.3.
1.77.
No, you're looking at 0.038. Isn't it 0.38?
Fuck.
038, right? Otherwise, you would be perfect, but it's not 0.03, it's 0.38. And I think I heard somebody else tell me.
Negative 0.3.
Yeah, and this is 21 away. And this one is only
17 away.
17 away. So negative 0.31. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The one that's closest. Or you can split the difference here. It's almost right in the middle. So you could say negative 0.305. And that would be fine. I love you guys. You guys doing okay out there? So if I know the z-score, I look it up and then I can find the area below it. If I know the area below it, I start inside and then I look out, right? So here's the closest I can get to 38% and then negative 0.31. There we go. Negative 0.31. Or you can say negative 0.305 if you want to. Where are you? There it is. So if I go down 0.31 standard deviations, there will be 38% below that location. All right. All right, one more to do. We can call it a day. Try to draw this. Don't say anything. Just try to draw it. This is not quite a percentile, but it is related to it. You could even just figure out before you draw anything. Could somebody tell me what percentile this thing would be in?
1.
The 90th.
90th.
Yeah.
If it's got 10% above it, it obviously has 90% below it. So of course, what side is it going to be on?
The positive.
Yes, it's got to be way up here. So it's got a full 90% and only 10% above it. What number is that, Jeff? Who knows? So which one am I going to look up in the chart? Which one of these?
The 90.
Yes, good, because that's the area below, and that's the only thing the chart understands is area below.
But the chart's like not in order.
This one,
Okay.
hold on.
Is it 1.29?
No, I think you're looking at, or maybe you're right. 1 point. Oh, I see. You went a little too far. 1.2. Where'd you go? You went way up.
1.28 or 1.29?
Here we go. That's only 3 away, right? And this
I
is
see.
15. Yeah. So 1.28.
Got it. It's making sense now.
Let me share this. This is 1.28. So think about this. If you wanted to design a door that 90% of people would not have to duck to go through, you would want to go 1.28 standard deviations above the average height. That's what that means. So this is how I can control, like if I wanted to have 10% of people complain, then I could use this number to make a door. And then somebody's going to complain because I'll see you tomorrow. Bam! And they're like out on the floor. They'll probably complain about that. Your door is too damn short. All right. So what we're going to do next time, real quick, hold on, is if I'm given, now look, what's going to go in the middle of this picture? Don't say 0. It's not 0. Because it's just a z-score problem. What goes in the middle? You got a chat?
Is it 8.63?
Careful.
3.74.
8.74.
Yeah, the mean goes in the middle. I like it. So that'll be 33.74. And so this one says less than 27.2. Am I going to look up 27.2 in the z-score chart? I just answered the question. Is 27.2 a z-score?
It's an area.
No.
And probability.
No.
A percent? Huh?
What is 27.2? What is it? Isn't that a number of minutes? Right? It's the number of minutes. Has it been changed into a z-score yet? It's a raw score. It's a measurement. It's a real life thing. It's not been changed into a z-score yet. If only we had a formula that would change something into a z-score. Shit, Jeff, yeah, Jeff, whatever, you suck. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, if they don't give me z-scores, they give me this data points. I've got to convert them to z-scores. Am I allowed to use the z-score chart on this problem? What's the requirement to use the z-score chart to find probabilities?
You have to have a z-score or a probability.
No.
You have to say we can.
Okay, but be a little more specific. What's the shape at the top of the z-score chart?
Oh, a normal distribution.
So why can I use this? Because I tell you it's normally distributed. That's the only reason I can use the z-score chart. And of course, it's called the z-score chart, so I have to convert things to z-score. So real quick. I know I said we can go and I was lying, and you guys should understand I'm going to do that. I would plug in, right, the data point, 27.2, minus the mean, divided by the standard deviation, make it into a z-score, and then I would look it up in the chart and find the area. Are you guys? The process adds one step. It says you don't got z-scores, you better make them z-scores, and then all the steps are the same. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. That's enough for today.
So the z-score would be negative 0.7578.
Yeah, so be careful. What, now here, this is neat. Standard deviation's gotta be at least 3 places rounded, right? Probabilities have to be 4 places. What restricts our z-score rounding? How much do we have to round z-scores?
I thought it was 4 places.
No, come on.
2
What am I
places.
going to do once you create the z-score? What am I going to do? Am I not going to look it up in the chart? And how many places did the chart go to?
Oh, so 2.
2.
Good. So us crazy people, because we got this weird ass teacher who uses a freaky ass chart instead of just let me push buttons on my calculator. You suck, dude. Since I do that, we're going to round our z-scores to 2 places.
So then negative 0.76.
Good. At least based on what you told me earlier, that sounds right. All right. We'll do that next time. I'll let you guys out of here early because we've done quite a bit today.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. So we'll finish this up next time.
And you'll upload this after that onto the
Yeah, after tomorrow.
yeah, okay. To check your answers.
I'm going to put this partial one. I have mine. I'm going to put it on the group me. And then tomorrow we'll put the full one.
All right. Let me know what comes out of that if you need my help for anything.
And if you want to join the group me, I'm all for it. So.
Whoa. I thought you were going to just use it to schedule a time. Or are you going to use it to?
Yeah, but I mean, just in case, like, I don't know, somebody ends up asking a question or we're trying to pick a time and the time doesn't work for you, like you can kind of overview it. You know, I'm just kind of saying there's no reason why you can't be in it. So if you want.
I'll pull it up here. Yeah, here we go. What do I have to do here?
It kind of involves you because I was kind of hoping that we could try to pick one that we could make a study group with you if you were available.
Let me see. To join the group, you must provide your social security number and a blood sample. That could be a problem.
And your maternal grandmother's maiden name.
Yes. All right, let me see. All right. Sign up today. I'm going to sign up with Facebook. Thank you very much. I'll do that. This is weird. Jeff Wallerson. Is my phone number?
I don't think we can see your phone number if it asks for it.
I hope so. All right, let me see. What password did I do? Neat. You guys know what I look like? I'm looking for a photo. Is that my? I don't understand. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh. Let's see. It texted me. This is riveting stuff I'm